Well, thank you, Bruce, very much for getting us started today. And thank you as well to Stephen Buffalo for the land acknowledgement. We appreciate that. I'm glad that you're here moderating this evening, and I want to thank each of our panelists for being here tonight and for your participating in this important moment in Alberta's history. And I'm very pleased to be here in Fort McMurray with all of my fellow Alberta panelists as well. I understand that your two fantastic MLAs are here as well. Brian Jean, our Minister of Energy and Minerals, and Tanya Yao, he is here as well. So I know Bruce said that if we could stay on topic, that the fact that they're here, if there are any local issues, I'll just steer you towards them at the end so that you can talk to them if there are any things that you want to pursue. And we just had a great aerial tour of the region before we came here as well. You've got a really great local business that does that so that we can get a real sense of what's happening in this community. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what is happening up here. Tonight we are bringing to you one of our discussion, but when I would say you're bringing to us an awareness of what's happening in our most important region in the province, really the epicenter of Alberta's mighty oil sands. And to say Fort McMurray and surrounding area has an outsized impact on our economy would be an understatement by a lot. A huge percentage of Canada's total exports are produced right here. This gives Fort McMurray and the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo an immense impact, and not just on Alberta's fortunes, but on Canada's too. There are schools and hospitals and roads across the country that are built thanks to the work that you do right here. And millions of Canadians fuel their vehicles with energy products from this region. Without you, grocery store shelves would be empty, planes would be grounded, and cars would freeze up in the winter. Tonight is your opportunity to influence the future direction of Alberta. And I want to thank each of you for coming out to share your thoughts with us today and for choosing to participate in this crucial engagement process. The conversations that we have tonight and throughout the Alberta Next engagement period will help to shape the future of this province. And I would encourage you to go and look at the last time the government did this with the Fair Deal panel in 2019 and 2020, and the people of Alberta came up with 25 recommendations that have guided our work over the last 5 years. I'll give you some examples. We had the equalization referendum that came out of our Fair Deal panel process. The panel wanted us to reduce internal trade barriers, and we have done that across the country. In fact, there's renewed effort to do that on the part of every premier. They wanted us to create economic corridors, and we have signed many economic corridors agreements with Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and then more recently with Saskatchewan and Ontario, as well as with the Yukon. They wanted us to challenge federal legislation in our areas of jurisdiction. And we have done that in spades. I think we've got about 15 lawsuits going in that regard. They wanted us to establish a chief firearms officer, which we did. They wanted us to create a presence in Ottawa, which we have. We now have an office in Ottawa representing us. They wanted us to diversify our energy sector, and that has also been done in spades. Relentlessly pursue more market access. As well, the ideas for referenda and citizen-initiated referenda came out of that process as well. And so that's just an example of the kind of ideas that came out of this kind of process. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say for us this evening. For the last 10 years, Ottawa, led by the Liberal government, has taken direct aim at Alberta's core industries, from Bill C-69, the No More Pipelines law, to the tanker ban, to the oil and gas emission cap, which we all know is a production cap, to their net zero mandate on electricity and vehicles. In just the last 10 years alone, more than $500 billion in global investment capital destined for our resource sector has disappeared. It's cost us hundreds of thousands of jobs, hundreds of billions in GDP, and resource royalties that would have otherwise been able to be used for healthcare and education and public infrastructure. If Canada is to be a strong and unified country, it must include a strong and sovereign Alberta within a united Canada, able to pursue our own potential without being held back by our own country and our own federal government. Regardless of what each of us thinks about these issues or which path we think is best, we as Albertans must be able to respectfully debate and discuss these issues here and with our friends and our family members and our neighbours. Because I know that if we do, in the end, our province will find the best solutions to the immense challenges that we face, and we will come out stronger and more free than ever. I will always put my faith in Albertans to find that right path, because I trust you. Now, the videos you're about to see are going to lay out the themes of Alberta Next, things that we have been hearing about, sometimes for years, sometimes for decades, just to hear what you have to say about us pursuing those potentially, and ways that we can achieve a stronger Alberta within United Canada. And then, of course, we've got an open mic so that we can hear if there's anything that we missed that's on your mind that you think we should do. We're looking forward to hearing that too. So thank you so much for participating in this process, and I'll hand it back over to our moderator.